Why I took down Sheva Burton's YouTube channels: incrimination, gossip, false reporting, and obstruction of commerce. So, hi everybody, this is another video that I'm putting together for the evidence library. Once again, this evidence library is to support a presentation that was done talking about GCHQ and JTRIG and how covert agents use the internet to discredit targets. So this is all just to back up all the screenshots and slides from that original presentation. So what we're going to review in this video is something that happened to me. I'm going to share a story with you. What you're looking at here is a blog post that I have written. It's in preview mode. I have not yet published it. The reason why I'm waiting to publish it is because I have many blog posts that I want to publish all at once. So for now I figured I'd just make a video and share with you what happened behind this particular situation so that you can see an example of what these agents do to discredit targets. And in this particular case, I'm talking about someone who is kind of like a rumor mill factory. Sheva Burton, she works for the Hoaxstead blog. She's over in the UK. She's gone around, she's done the rounds, and I just want to show you exactly what happened so that you can see an example of the different kinds of crazy stuff that they do. So let me go ahead and read the article for you. So as part of a larger report, I thought it was better to dedicate an entire post to one particular troll named Sheva Burton. This is because the story behind Sheva demonstrates three different aspects of the operation that has been set up to attack citizens and suppress disruptive technology and emerging business. Plays the victim card. If you were to encounter Sheva Burton online, you will no doubt get a sob story about how she's a victim of abuse by her target. She'll claim that she's just an innocent bystander who's constantly attacked out of the blue by people that she doesn't even know why. She's playing a very specific role from the training manual of GCHQ tactics called Play the Victim. As you can see here, direct from the GCHQ training slides, instructing agents on how to discredit their targets. So here's a screenshot. This is part of the slides that were leaked by Edward Snowden. This is the actual training document. And right there, write a blog purporting to be one of their victims. So Sheva Burton is a perfect example of that. Sheva Burton has even created a couple of fake victim blogs. This is something else you should be aware of. They appear to be set up as a support group to help provide therapy or counseling for victims of abuse. There are no resources or content of any perceived value on these blogs. The only content on the blogs are Sheva's personal diatribes against people she's targeted. The blogs also act as a means of data collection meant to lure in unsuspecting real victims of abuse so that they can be retargeted. All of this is done using reverse psychology, calling the real fake, calling the fake real, all meant to confuse and discredit others. Here are some screenshots from Sheva Burton's fake victim blogs. This says the real Fresh Start Foundation. There is an actual Fresh Start Foundation that was set up to, it was against child abuse, and Sheva came in and said, no, they're fake, I'm real, I'm the real one. And it's all reverse psychology, so it can really screw with your mind if you're not aware of what you're looking at. So, and then she also has the Cross of Change blog. But look at what she writes here. It says support for CSA, CSE victims, survivors, exposing frauds, liars, and sadistic trolls. And of course, I did capture the screenshot where she's writing articles about me. So I'll get to that in just a second. So incrimination and gossip. This is Sheva's main deal. One of the reasons why so many people are angry with Sheva Burton is because she makes up a lot of stories about people and spreads them in comment sections all over the internet. Trust me, I've seen a lot of people who are very angry at Sheva Burton because she does this to many people. I've seen Sheva write some mini novella comments on YouTube videos weaving tall tales about people. As for me and my family, Sheva started digging into my past and based her information on rumor mills and trolling channels. She would take random pieces of information and twist them into a whole new narrative, usually one that had me committing some kind of criminal act. In 2014, I was promoting our family project and our new business. To do this, I traveled around the world and spoke as a keynote speaker at conferences. I met with and took photos with hundreds of people that I met while on tour. I went on a lot of different radio shows and YouTube videos to promote our project. This is what people that are project managers and keynote speakers do to promote a new project. It's kind of like how the president of a country travels around a lot, takes a lot of photos with different people from other nations and businesses. It's basic public relations, and I'm a basic businesswoman. And just because there was a photo op does not mean that two people in the photo know each other in an intimate manner or are conspiring together in some sort of crime. It's hard to keep track of all of Sheva's accusations as she is really scattered, but I'll do my best to summarize it here and provide some screenshots. And by the way, before I go into all this, I'm a pretty standard person, and I'm a business person, and I have a project I'm working on. Everything is completely up to date and legal and all kinds of good stuff. I'm in good standing, you know, but these are the types of things that they try to paint me with. So brace yourself for this craziness. She accuses me of being a member of Sasha Stone's harem, being involved in creating a tribunal in London, trafficking children, and aiding and abetting the torture of children in Morocco. Then there are dozens of fragmented implications of my involvement with people I don't even know. And she makes a giant mess of dates, often quoting two events that happened many years apart as if they happened in the same week. Here's screenshots of some of her comments. Let's see if you can make heads or tails of what she's getting at. Her statements are incoherent, to say the least. It reads like a computer-generated fragments. It could also be writing while intoxicated, something I've always suspected. Either way, these comments do not come from a sound mind. In this comment, Sheva Burton is fabricating all sorts of stories about me and my business project, trying to link it to child abuse. She writes a whole bunch of names together, insinuating that I'm somehow connected with them all. Plus, she starts throwing dates around, trying to state that I was somewhere when I was not. All the dates she states here are wrong. She's mixed up facts and false dates to try to frame us for crimes. I'm going to read through these comments. Bear with me. You can pause the screen if you need to and read them yourself, but here's this is what she does. Sheva writes, my conjectures get even darker given the recent IT&J attempt in London to resurrect the most vile and evil false flag, Hampstead fakes, SRA case, which Hope Girl has connections to via Sasha Stone, Conference 2014, Ray Savage, ex-cop who interviewed mother and supported her lives at Christchurch event 29th March 2015. By the way, Chrissy Morris, Mark Seelan, Tom Crawford, Neelu Berry, Christine Ann Sands, and also there were 22nd of March 2015, Ray Savage hosted the UK QEG launch in 2015 at his Sussex home, having been at the QEG event in Morocco 2014, all having played part in promoting CSA hoaxes and pushing a satanic panic, aided by many truther and freedom, evangelical and sovereign citizens, or various faking scamming channels inspired by David Icke to promote the poison, then the cure, plus Alex Jones, another Pied Piper. And she links to Hoaxhead Research. They always link to Hoaxhead Research because that's who they work for. GCHQ trolling operation. And then here's one again, more comments stating that I'm involved in child abuse. Blimey, 29K subs, probs, bot, and other mutually supporting scammers money for exotic free energy. Are there any videos either mocking or debunking the guy I am though reporting fakes as I find them fraud scams? Quite a few QEG videos have gone. That's why she maliciously struck MKD's channels and also mine with a couple of copyright strikes. These types often play the victim when exposed, but are really vicious and get people with lots of fake accounts to attack and discredit their debunkers. They play very dirty too, both using children for clickbait as in RSA hoaxes and attack genuine campaigns of victims, both creating the vile false flags while mocking victims of real tragedies, calling them false flags, like Sandy Hook. I've recently been condemned for supporting Lenny Posner, as well as for adding to Hoaxed research listed by Hope Girl on Hoaxed Exposed. You'll find Doazic too. She's obviously involved with something with a dark thread running through it. Okay. I have a hard time reading this stuff, so I'm not going to read through all of these things, all of her comments, because they're all kind of like that. I'll just pause it for a second on each one. But here's one where she's accusing me of being in exile from the U.S. law, which, by the way, I'm not in exile. I'm not hiding in Morocco. There's no warrants out for my arrest. All these things that they accuse me of, these are all part of the rumor mill thing. They threaten me. They threaten me with all this stuff. They try to paint me out to be a criminal. Here's one. Okay, Hope Girl was with Sasha. I remember her and Mel V chatting about it. Hope, if I remember right, wasn't very nice about him. I think Mel too had a run-in with him. I'm pretty sure this was held in England. When did Naima Dawn Fagan return to Morocco or stay with Ray Savage till they broke up? I think memory serves, she stayed in the UK, was transitioning, escaping in the US in exile from US law. Okay. Won't read through this. You can read it if you want. But this is basically where Sheva Burton is implying that my business, the QEG, is suspected of a dark agenda that is meant to harm children. She's trying to link my family's project to harming children. And here's one where Sheva Burton is trying to frame me for having something to do with torturing children in Morocco, which is, other than incredibly offensive, it's insane. But this is what they do. They take insane storylines and they try to pin it on you. They're desperately trying to pin something on you. That's part of the tactics. Right? So it's like she ends with so she's conniving, she's spreading gossip, she's starting rumors. So here's more of Sheva Burton trying to frame me for abusing children in Morocco. So she writes this on her blog post. I'll read some of it. So although Hope Girl has been up to dirty tricks for years, blocks comments so that no one can see the truth when it's written to her, she thinks it's okay to come on this new blog and crow about taking down my channel for copyright. Not happening, Hoax Girl. Go and make another video and hardly anyone will watch. Try and find a product to sell that works, then you might build some integrity, blah, blah, blah. So she's just insulting me. And then, how Christian of you. Oh, by the way, I get this a lot, the whole Christian thing. The people on this blog that are operating in this operation, most of them are Satanists, professing Satanists, or witches, or whatever, and they're all trying to tell me, the Satanists are trying to tell me how to be a Christian, which I think is ridiculous, but no. Just because you're a Christian does not mean you are a doormat. I'm not a doormat. I know what I believe. And it's not, oh, just, let people do this to you. No. Anyway, I won't get into that. See, published. Okay, so she's like, for now I'm happy that you can't stand the exposure. It proves that you have more to hide than perhaps some realize, especially about Morocco. Alright, so she's always like trying to get into the, anyway, rumor mills. Go ahead and read that for yourself. Pause it if you need to. Alright, back to my blog post. Her accusations infuriate me, but who would expect any other kind of reaction when you're being accused of such horrific acts as the ones she insinuates? I don't have anything to do with any of the people or activities she mentions in her ramblings. I don't even know who or what she's talking about. She's a raving lunatic. But if this wasn't enough, she goes even further as well. And we'll see, she decides to become a Gestapo-like leader of a lynch mob against my business. Alright, this is what, the other stuff was just incrimination and rumor mills, but this is more prevalent. So this is obstruction of commerce. As a human being in a free society, you have a right to create a product or service that is of value to others so that you can earn an honest living. This is basic commerce and small business entrepreneurship. Starting and running your own successful small business is something that the communist regimes that control internet trolls hate. They will do anything to try to shut your business down and prevent you from providing a living for yourself and your family. They want you to be destitute and relying on the state welfare handouts just like these trolls are. Most of them are on free government money benefits of some kind or funded by front operations of George Soros, as an example. Using corrupt or illegal means trying to shut down someone's business is called obstruction of commerce. It's a direct violation of the Hobbs Act, which states, whoever in any way or degree obstructs, delays, or affects commerce or the movement of any article or commodity in commerce by robbery or extortion or attempts or conspires to do so, or commits or threatens physical violence to any person or property in furtherance of a plan or purpose to do anything in violation of. The Hobbs Act is often used in cases involving public corruption and commercial disputes. To put it simply, it is illegal to go around doing things that are intended to shut down someone's business. This includes slander, defamation, and false reporting. Okay, so here's Sheva Burton's false reporting campaigns. Sheva created, organized, and implemented a campaign that instigated a lynch mob to target me and my business by submitting mass fraudulent reports about my business and videos to YouTube, Action Fraud, Internet Watch Foundation, CEOP, NCA, and other agencies. This was a direct assault and attempt to put me out of business. And it was all based on lies that she fabricated about me and had absolutely no evidence of. Here's the directive of her campaign in her own words from her own website. We are here to expose and stop them. This is what she writes. Please help if you are able to. Hoax girl Naima Dawn Fagan #QEG scam is desperate to silence her critics. Please report QEG videos as spam, misleading, and then frauds and scams. Also, her Organite videos, a supposed cure, all banned by FDA. She has engendered troll mass attacks on channels critiquing her or exposing her. And I have another video about that, by the way, so you'll see what these channels are, because they're all troll channels, and they're all part of this problem. That's another video, like I said. And colluding with Angela Power Disney and Op Death Eaters. That's one of the names of one of the channels that was taken down, to sabotage decent survivors and advocates, simultaneously promoting liars, hoaxers, and frauds. You can also report any crimes to Action Fraud, Internet Watch Foundation, CEOP, NCA, depending on type and scope. The scope of the Associates of Fresh Farts as the Scott-led Fresh Start fakes is wide and devious. We are here to expose it and help those harmed by them as much as possible. I'm also wanting to put up a please report page with help on how to and lists of who to report, timestamps of reports, helpful to make it quick and easy with a brief reason and evidence, as unlike Angie, Hope Girl, Weasley, and all the other hoaxsters, I'm not advocating striking or reporting for the sake of anything, but to help disable crooks and charlatans, abusers and fraudsters, scammers and saboteurs of survivors, inquiries, events, campaigns, and false accusers by the same. Gosh, Sheva, learn about periods and run-on sentences and make new paragraphs. It's very difficult to read. Anyway, sorry. But so all that she's saying here, these are people she's targeting, and she calls them all these names, and she's telling everybody to report them, right? And she's like wants to put up like a campaign to make it easy to report anybody she wants to report, to try to take down people's stuff. Okay, here we go. Reading on the run-on sentences, starting right about here. Not forgetting those crying false flag and mocking real victims of real tragedies who have co-created or promoted this most vile of false flags based on false accusations. Mutually supporting ED by the likes of Fiona Barnett and associates who also create and encourage false abusers. I mean, this is a lot of projection, by the way, which projection is what you're doing, you accuse other people of doing. So that's, if you flip it backwards, you can see what the truth about who she is, who Sheva is. And as with the whole project, help input very much appreciated. I think that the blog can generate more people reporting them. who hadn't thought to or realized the need, as the platform still seemed to rely too much on numbers or reports to take action, which the hoaxers use to their advantage. There are signs of platforms recognizing and fixing things, but this lot just find a new way to still torment their victims and promote their chosen, groomed, or lying ones. Okay, then I said, in case it's hard to read that in JPEG format, here it is in text. Okay, so Sheva Burton made good on her promise. Here are some screenshots of her fraudulently reporting videos. And so I just took screenshots of everything of her reporting videos. Report them. This is the Mackenzie's Devils channel. This is where, you know, they started, let's see, yeah. I'm now targeting her 9/11 videos and reporting them under terrorism. So they're trying to frame me for being a terrorist. So this is one of the Mackenzie's Devils channels that was also taken down. Actually, this was the troll that died within hours of trolling me. There's another video about that, but yeah, that's what that says there. Great news. Okay, so yeah, here we go. See all of her stuff here, and here she is down here reporting. So she's taking screenshots of her reporting, and this is what she's writing in there. She's like, claiming false medical benefits by proven scam artists, misleading, dangerous, and cruel to vulnerable people. This video exposes Hope Girl. So this is like one of the troll videos that she's linking to, and she's sending this into YouTube, right? She's also been responsible for maligning a lot of us, exposing her as a fraud on her Hoax That Exposed channel, and maliciously copyright striking to keep her income stream going. So anytime I see keep her income stream going, I think communist. She's communist. This is all communism, by the way. This comes from Tavistock, and Tavistock was created by communists. So I'm not making that up. That is, there's another video that shows the roots behind that. Just do a tiny bit of research and you'll see this is communism. They are against free trade and business, entrepreneurs and small businesses. They want to shut you down. That's the whole point. Okay, so it's for these reasons that I just listed in this whole video that I defended myself and had 2 of her channels taken down. She also had several videos on her channel where she uploaded copies of my video content. She lost 2 years worth of work and 60 videos. And I made this video to document the event. So this video is embedded into the blog post. It shows the record of all of Sheva Burton's videos that she had built up over years, all of the slander campaigns that she was running on people, and it shows step by step how the channels were taken down. So now if anyone wants to know why her channels were taken down, this is the reason why. And she's obviously not very happy about it, but what can I say? Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and I hope that you found this helpful. Again, check the link in the description because that leads to the main GCHQ JTrig slides presentation that we put out, which should give you the full foundational background of these particular operations.